Good morning. We are continuing with the Maimer Achri Hashem, Maimer that was said in 1969. We'll start with Ois Hey. It's page Yud Aleph in the Dvar Malchus. And we discussed previously that there are three levels of truth. One is called Sfas Emes, one is called Emes, and one is called Emes Amitay. So we're going to discuss these three levels. Al pi ze yesh levoer inyan sholosh habchina sfas emes, emes ve'emes lamitah. Fishim ba'avedos sodom. How does it translate to our work, these three levels of truth? One is higher than the other. De'ine b'chol echad misol gam k'fi shu nimtza be'elom. Every single Jew, the fact that he has a soul that is enclosed in a physical body, in this world, he's in this world. Before he contemplates on how great, now more, how awesome are your deeds, Hashem. Yesh ba'aoras Shem Havai. He has a revelation from Shem Havai, whether you contemplate or not. The Rebbe says in Parshas Re'eh, even wicked people that are regularly transgressing, they are full of regrets, and they're always the tshuva. This concept within the neshama it comes from Chachma, the Chachma of the neshama.
You said what he said. Everybody does tshuva even if they're not contemplating. Is that what the Rebbe just said?
Well, two things. We said that even whether you contemplated or you didn't, when you contemplated on how great and how awesome Hashem's creation, Hashem's deed, the revelation of Shem Havai shines in you.
Okay.
Meaning, it's not waiting for your contemplation; it's there. It's there already. Okay. Now the Rebbe brings the Alter Rebbe in the Kotatero, and he says there's a statement of Rishis Chachma. In Sha'arayira over there, he explains about the statement Reshoim V'leim Charotis. The wicked they are full of regrets. Okay?
Yeah.
Why they are regretting? If that's the path you chose in life, this is your profession, what are you regretting for? So he says that the concept of charota, regret, remorse, comes from Chokhmah. Okay?
Yeah.
Your Chokhmah, your neshama has Chokhmah within it. And that generates the regret. Maybe what we call today conscious.
Yeah.
She'i bechinas habitul eilo v'zborach. Now the Chokhmah within your neshama is the aspect of bitul. Completely nullified to Hashem. It's something that supersedes the intellect, the rational mind, or rational intellect. So its nullification, the Chokhmah within your neshama is nullified to likus, not because you contemplated on anything, not because you understood godliness. It says in Tanya that even then it says that even kal shebekalim, even the, you would say, the worst of the worst. Okay?
Yeah.
Ufoishi Yisrael, and the wicked within Israel, Meisum nafshim akdush Hashem. In the time of a Nisayan, time of a test, they would give up their life for Hashem's sanctity. Now, where does it come from? It comes from Chokhmah. What we said just before, Chokhmah is Bittul. What is this Bittul? It tells you it's the Yud of Shem Havai. We said before, the Yud K Vav K, Yud is Chokhmah, He is Bina, Vav is Midas, and the last He is Malchus. וזה מובן. שגם בוהם ישנו בחינס אמס, שהוא עניין עדר השינוי. What is truth in general? Truth is עדר השינוי, meaning that whatever you do, it's something that doesn't change. You do it all the time. Okay? A famous example, it's mentioned in Mamorim a lot, is the famous river, Nahar Kazav, it was called. Kazav means falls. Why is it called Kazav? Because 7 years it was, it's like gushing water and there's movement. Water is there all the time. But for the 7th year, it dries up. And then again, the pattern is it starts again in the 8th year. So the rabbis called it false river, Kazav, because just for 1 year it's not there. So there's a lack of consistency. Okay? So what is emes? Emes is something that happens all the time. Not one day here, one day there. It's all the time happening. So
you have a comet that comes, this Halley's comet, it comes around her every 80 years or something. So is that Amos? You know, like the moon comes, the moon is Amos. No, it's going around like this. So this comet is going, it has a orbit that takes it around the Earth every 80 years.
So it's that we say in the Kiddush Levana, when we sanctify the moon, we're asking for the Levana to be like the Chama, that the moon will be like the sun, meaning that it shouldn't have to go renewal and disappearance and renewal again and disappearance.
Wow.
So there is a concept of that it's not consistent. But the point he's trying to say is that even by the culture of Akalim, the lowest level of people, they have certain truth. Because what is emes? Emes is the lack of change, something that is consistent. Whatever you do, if you're consistent with it, it's emes. So he says, Shari Ikar Inyan Atmidus V'Eder Hashinui Mitzad Ha'Yid Shemeshim Havai. Where does it come from? The ability of a person to continue to do something on and on and on and on without Shinui. So he said it comes from the Yud of Shem Havai, right? The Yud of Shem Havai. That's what it's. That's the driving force. Kavu v'tanya shayud v'shamesh al pulo shibeloshon hoive v'somit. It says in Tanya, what is the Yud? Yud represents the movement, the pe'ula, the action, the act that is constant happening. Hoive, it's present, and it's tamid, and it's always there. Rashi explained the pasuk in Eov in chapter 1, verse 5. This is what Eov had done all the days, or this is what he will do all the days. This is what's going to happen the following day, present and future. Sometimes it's written in past tense. Sometimes it's written in future tense. But over here it's written present, kacha, and then yasa, and future. The point is trying to say that a Jew, on a spiritual level, even the lowest spiritual level, has within him Shem Havaya. Omnom bechinas Shem Havaya sheyeshno gam b'rishonim v'kal shebekalim. Harei ze rak b'keach v'lo nikra bechinas zo b'shem sfas emes. It says, since with the Shem Havaya that we're speaking about on the Kal Shebekalim, the lowest level, lowest spiritual level, it says it's bekoyach, not befoyal, which means it's in potential. The emes that they have, the levels that are generated within them are bekoyach, which means the potential. Why doesn't he meisel nefesh every day for what Hashem wants? Because by him it's bekoyach. It's not in it's in potential. It's not in actual. It's not in actuality. It's not revealed. It's usually concealed. It's hidden. So this level is called sfas emes. Not emes, sfas emes, the language of truth. So what is emes? If Hashem Havaya that is revealed in the lowest level Jew is only sfas emes, and he always have charotus. There's certain things that are happening all the time. He always have regrets. So what would be emes? So he says, emes is revelation from Hashem Havaya that comes to you through contemplation. What do you contemplate? You contemplate on marabu masecha, magodlu masecha. How great are your deeds? How multiple are your deeds? She'az yeshnu b'fog l'havayecha. Then, revelation of Havaya is before is an actual. Since this concept comes through contemplation, that you have contemplated with your limited mind, it's limited how much you can contemplate, how deep you can contemplate. So since it's limited, it's not considered emes lamita, the highest level of emes, but it's considered emes. So far we covered the two levels of emes. Sfas emes is the lowest level. It's within every single Jew that his fact that he has a godly soul and his chokhmah motivate him to have regrets, and he would do kiddush Hashem if he has to. It's bekoyach, it's in potential, but it's always there, so it's called sfas emes. As the pasuk says, I believe it's Micha, sfas emes tikon la'ad. The language of truth will endure forever. Then what is emes? Emes is revelation from Havaya that comes to you through contemplation. You generated it. Ma'arabu ma'asecha, ma'godlu ma'asecha. You contemplated on Hashem's greatness. Now we come to the third level, the highest level of emes. V'chinas emes la'amito yugilu shem havaya k'mo shelemala me'elo v'ayinu sha'gilu b'o melemayla v'lo tizbonus ki ha'izbonus rak d'osas dvarim ma'alimim. Emes la'amito is a revelation that is gifted to you from above. So it's like the Sausa de Leila, which means you contemplated Marabu Masecha, Magodlu Masecha, how great is your deed, what a wonderful creation. You understand Hashem's greatness and your lowliness through creation, using your eyes, your mind to perceive it, to understand it. Then there's a response from above, and the response from above is not limited. Your contemplation is limited. Your understanding is limited. Hashem's response is not limited. So therefore, his response is called Emes La'amitay, the ultimate truth. So what's the point of the first contemplation if it's not what's the point of that? If it's going to be a limited revelation, let's go for the home run to begin with. So he says no, because that contemplation helps you to get rid of the partitions, of the concealment, of the things that are disturbing, the obscurities. Once you get that out of the way, then you are now a keli to revelation from above. That revelation is the highest level of truth, Emes La'amitay. Remember, this whole discussion started because the pasuk says, Titen Emes liYaakov. So why would you need to give Emes to Yaakov? Yaakov is Emes. Yaakov possessed the truth already. What are you giving him Emes for? So we explained that there are different levels of Emes. There's the Emes that he possessed, true. But there's the Emes that comes from above. Emes La'amitay is the highest level of truth that comes from above. So the contemplation of Emes, of Marabu Ma'asecho, Magodlu Ma'asecho, it's you understanding through creation. Meaning you get to it through seeing the creation. And creation is limited. So it helps you to get rid of the concealment. But it does not help you, or does not have the capability to affect a true recognition or true understanding in a Elokus that is above the world. And that's the third level. It's explained in other sources. In a Maimer B'Yom Shmini Atzeres, it was said in 1980, Binyan Gilui Hayechida Shebanefesh. In that Maimer, he explains the revelation of the highest level within the neshama, the soul. The highest, the deepest level. There, the connection with the neshama, with the leikus, is above intellect. It's not created, it's not generated through, or rather, it's not originated through seichel. But nevertheless, the revelation of the Yechida is also through intellect. So what do I need contemplation for? If the creating, revealing the Yechida is above intellect, he says you need the contemplation just to get rid of the things that are to get rid of the walls, of the concealments and obscurities. But the revelation of the highest level of the neshama itself is above intellect. The contemplation itself is not ba'asogo, it's not something that is grasped, ba'albosho, something that is enclosed. Kim ba'afshoto shlilo. The bonus itself, the contemplation itself, comes through afshoto. Afshoto is like the opposite. You are removing certain tools that you have. You are getting rid of them. So it's bonus. It's contemplation that you are using the mind, right? Using the mind. But it's not, your objective is not to understand the essence of things. Rather, this bonus, how things are above your intellect. How things are so further away from me, that I cannot understand them. So there's two different types of Isboinus. So there's Isboinus that I'm trying to understand something, and there's Isboinus that I understand how much I don't understand.
Right. We always say the smartest people is what you know that they don't know.
That's what it means. That's what it means. Avshoto shlila. There's Isboinus with slabshut. I'm connecting my mind with something. I'm focusing on something. I'm trying to figure it out, and the more you toil, the more you'll understand. And there's a different type of. I'm trying to see how much I don't understand.
The more you know, the more you don't know.
No, but over here says something different. He says that the contemplation itself, the objective of the contemplation is not to understand. Is to see that it's way above you. Since this level has no limitations. This is the ultimate truth. Even this level of emes la'amito, the highest level of truth, is associated with the lower with the name Avai de Latato, the lower Shem Avai. Because this revelation is also associated with the man that is in the world. Since this level is associated with Avad Leila, Avad is above the world, therefore it's Emes Lamita. Even after it descends into the world, it remains the absolute truth. We say regarding halacha that it's the ultimate truth. What is halacha? Halacha is something that the dayan, the judge, had to delve into the subject, listen to two sides, and maybe one of them is false. Since it's associated with Avai Leilo, Psak halacha that comes after liberations and discussions is associated with Shem Avai. Since it's associated with Shem Avai, it's Emes La'amiti. Ve'ine gilui Shem Avai k'mo she'u'lmayla ma'elam v'inyan na'al li'yesa mi'bechinas Avai echad. Revelation of Shem Avaya that is above the world is higher than Avaya Echad. Shenim Shachar Dis Boinus that is generated through contemplation. Sharabiyan Avaya Echad Omer V'Sinu Zal. Regarding Avaya Echad, the rabbi said in the Gemara in Boches, I believe it's page with Gimel, Kadam Lichte. What does it mean Kadam Lichte? You have crowned Hashem Lamailo Lamato, above and below, in the upper worlds and in the lower worlds. Ula Baruchis, and the four corners of the world, up and down, east, west, north, and south. Remember that's the what you need to contemplate in Echad when you hear the word Echad. So Aleph is the master of the world, Aluf Shalom. Ches is 8. So Echad. So the Ches is 7 heavens and the earth. And Daled is the four corners of the world. And all of that is nullified to Echad, to Aleph, to Aluf Shalom. I knew the Av Sham Lichte, although the Gemara uses the expression Sham Lichte, you have crowned Hashem. And you're nullifying yourself to Hashem. Nevertheless, There's still the Metzius, the reality, the existence of 7 firmaments and earth. The heavens are there. The earth is here. It's something that exists. So on one hand, there's bitul of the of the existence to godliness. On the other hand, the bitul is not complete, and you are recognizing that there is heavens and earth. So what does it mean? Revelation of Shem Havaya that is above the world. It's an understanding and recognizing that the Metzius of the world, the existence of heavens and earth, that the Metzius of the Ilamis is not an independent Metzius. It's not an independent reality. Therefore, what are we left with? As it says in Parshas Veschanon, there's no existence outside the existence of Hashem. And the only thing that is the true reality, the true existence, is Hashem. We'll stop here.